this year has been even the best year we've ever had. So it's grown ever since, and it's given us some really good times with friends in the community and around the state, because we're in about 300 stores statewide.
Hi there, this is Brian Cummings. I'm the Director of Training and Development for the Ecommerce Business School, and you're viewing the Voice of Ecommerce. Today is day one of our big 4-day grand opening. We're celebrating our brand new free membership, and our goal is to display to the public that we are real people. We have a go-giving community that supports and empowers each other, and I'm thrilled to have you here. I have this opportunity right now. I have the privilege of speaking with Mr. Stephen Hunt, one of our longtime members of the community. Stephen is a certified trainer with the Ecommerce Business School. He's been a cheerleader, as the way that I see him, on our Saturday morning community calls. It's a call where everybody is free to come and talk about their businesses and the path and challenges. And Stephen's been doing this call for a long time. Hi, Stephen. How are you?
I'm great, Brian. How are you doing tonight? And hello to everybody who's joined us today. This is great. It's fun to be here, and I'm a little bit nervous, so forgive me if I'm seem that way, but I'm going to make this work and give you my insights.
You know, you are a pro at this. You're there every Saturday morning. What's the difference about this type of interview?
I've just done Saturday mornings long enough to where they're automatic to me, and then when I have to bring up fresh material that's not practiced, it's just a little bit tougher on me. But I'll get through it. I've got a pretty short story I can share with you, and we'll go from there.
Okay. You know, I think the difference, Stephen, is that on Saturday mornings the focus is on everybody else, on all our members.
Correct. As well, it should be.
This interview, the focus is on you. So, and I think you deserve some focus. People have been hearing your voice, and I think it's really great that they get to see your face and learn a little bit more about your history. You've been with the Ecommerce Business School for how long?
We're going on 6 years now.
Longer than I have.
Yes. You had stepped into the scene about 2 years after I came on board, but that's where it started back in the Renegade Network Marketer era. And I went through that program as soon as I found Ann, which I probably found Ann the way a lot of you found Ann. A lot of people haven't found it, just kind of stumbled across her. But once I was introduced to her, to the material that she put out with Renegade Network Marketer, I joined EMP and took that by the bullhorns. And about 3/4 of the way through that process, she wanted to go to e-commerce. And I was even more excited. For what reason? Well, because e-commerce was what we were working with to take our jam business, which is the one asset that we had coming into this show. We wanted to take it to a different level and expand its opportunities on the internet, and that's what we've been doing. That's what EBS has allowed me to do, is head in the direction of knowing how to market things. I've operated in the Shop Your Way to Wealth program. I'm not a book flipper because I just didn't have time and patience to cover that, but I've worked with wholesale sourcing. I've worked with pretty much all the different venues that EBS has put in front of me to use, and right now we're getting ready to move into the POD format with a print-on-demand Shopify store, and we're training our current website over from the one we've got to Shopify. In fact, I just saw a little snippet which is broadcast as the company that I used for my website before has now joined teams with Shopify, and they're making it easy to manage it and move it over. So I'm really excited about that. But
really,
yeah. Ticktail is we're giving it up come April 19th in next year, April of 2019. There will no longer be a service on the Ticktail side. It has to be all regenerated and shoved over to Shopify.
Well, before we talk about your website, sorry to interrupt there. Before we talk about your website and Diane's Sweet Heat and Ticktail and Shopify, you mentioned another acronym, EMP. What is that?
E-commerce Masters Program. That's a program that is pretty much the upper echelon of training that they had available at the time. It was like the top end. It gave us the mastery of all the pieces of the puzzle that we needed to do to make our businesses become better and stronger.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you've been an EMP member for how long?
Probably at least 5 years.
Wow.
I joined off. It didn't take me long to jump on that bandwagon with the folks, because it was what I was needed.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about Diane's Sweet Heat.
Well, that's goes back a number of years. It started with a Christmas gift back in before we had kids to our friends and family who at Christmas time we didn't have a lot of money, kind of stuff. So my wife started making jam with her best friend Betsy, and developed a recipe which has lasted for about 30 years. And then 10 years ago, when my daughter was married, we put favors on the table for everybody. Well, my wife got such a great feedback on the quality and the likes of it that they talked her into trying to market on the internet, not the internet, but trying to market the product. So we actually stopped and we got all the gear to get it and started in our kitchen and made the stuff and went out and said, okay, now let's try and sell it on the street. So we went to a couple of events. We had a conversion rate between 70 to 90% of the people who bought it, who tried it, bought it, but we knew most of the people who tried it and bought it, so we didn't put a lot of faith into that. But yeah, the bottom line is we've been now doing this for about 10 years, and this year has been even the best year we've ever had. So it's grown ever since, and it's given us some really good times with friends in the community and around the state, because we're in about 300 stores statewide. So it's been a real trip.
Now you go to trade shows and
Absolutely,
sell
that's
your products
one of
there
the
to
things.
businesses.
That's one of the things. If you're going to be starting something, it's that if you have a product of your own, you need to be able to make sure that it's active within the markets, and the trade shows are a way to do that.
Mm-hmm. I bring that up because at the Ecommerce Business School, we have a wholesale sourcing workshop, especially for Amazon sellers. And we train and teach people how to go to trade shows and source products there from manufacturers. And it's really interesting. There's a trade show that I like to go to, the Natural Products Trade Show, that's held in Anaheim every March. And who do I see there when I go every year? Mr. Stephen Hunt with his Diane's Sweet Heat. So it's always fun running into you there.
Yeah, but it's been we've been at that show for about the past 5 years now, and we're actually taking a respite from it this year because we want to go to the Fancy Food Show in San Francisco this year round.
Oh, that's a great show. I may see you there too.
Yep, we make the circuit. There's no doubt about that. In fact, I'm on a circuit run in Los Angeles, teaming up with a couple of business stops along with Thanksgiving and seeing the grandmothers. So it's been a great week here, but we're busy at work as well on this vacation.
Awesome. So we mentioned Ticktail, which is just a website platform. That's where your Diane's Sweet Heat website has been for a number of years. And now we're talking about Shopify. And we have a Shopify training in which we teach people how to create products and put on that website. And you're taking advantage of that. Oh,
absolutely. I want to take advantage of that and combine not only the website, the Shopify website as part of the deal, but I want to use some print on demand crossovers with that as well, and learn how to put this one together, because I want to continue to build Shopify stores after this and put them functional and build some more assets for possible sale.
So what is this print on demand?
Print on demand is a process where you have a connection between a manufacturer who you can get information to, who your customer can get information to through the internet, through the website, and you have material and you have items, you have, let me say, inventory that you have online, and you have anything from mugs to t-shirts, things, but they're typically on products that you want to have personalized, have the ability to personalize for people, or have predetermined, pre-written sales phrases or pictures or whatnot you can put on the inventory, and then it's a non-inventory required format for the person who's putting the shop together, because everything's put through the manufacturer, so the client, the customer picks the stuff. Excuse me for starting here, but I'm making a mess of this. But you'll get the hang of it.
Shall we simplify it?
Yeah, let's simplify it for me.
Okay. So print on demand is where you've got a supplier who will print your own design, like on a coffee mug or a T-shirt.
Absolutely.
How about your hat?
Yeah, we don't have these by POD yet. We're on our last batch of hats and our shirts now, so we're going to be leaning in that direction when we
And
go
then you can put it right on your website, and customers can order it, and the manufacturer of the mug will print your design on there and send it right to the customer, right?
Absolutely. That's what it's
So
all about.
you have jams and jellies.
We have jams and jellies. Yep.
So now what kind of products will you have on your website in addition to your delicious jams?
Well, we're going to look for the tagged things about clothing. We're going to have a couple things there. We're going to have some items that are related to how we serve the product, whether it be on a cheese board or a cutting board or something that facilitates it. We're going to have that branded with our name. We're going to find some licensing where I can get that branded with our name on there. And then we're going to also have items such as, well, it'll have to come up. I'm not quite sure exactly how many things we're going to have, but we're going to have lots of items that we can, use as a print and demand format for our product.
And
we're still.
How much do you have to pay for those products up front?
You don't.
Yeah.
It's all at the manufacturer, and that's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
The manufacturer, they have the warehouse. They stock everything that you're going to be printed on. That's going to be used.
So this way you can take your jams that you already make and then add all these other products to it in your website.
Correct.
And have a much bigger product line.
Yep, that's the goal, is to get more variation on that website so we can have more opportunity to earn money.
That's great. Stephen, it's a joy to talk with you. I always enjoy running into you at the show and seeing you at our trainings. Anything else that you'd like to share with our members?
Well, I just, that the one thing that always rings true with what got me into this is that I wanted to find out if Ann was a real people person, real entity that, you could trust, that kind of stuff. And what led me up to that is I had been in a couple other programs with other people that basically, other teams of people that basically left you hanging out to dry. And it was very embarrassing and very expensive, that kind of thing. And once I got a hold of Ann and I fell in love with her product and her mindset and the way she encouraged me. In fact, I thought she was talking to me when I was reading the book with Renegade Network Marketer, and she's always been on my side. She has built a team of people that truly look out for making you as a customer and you as a participant in the team successful at what you're trying to do. And they give you the time to do it. They're not impatient with you. They don't expect you to work miracles, but they do expect you to work hard. And and what the day it sealed it for me is that I told my wife after I'd been studying this for about a half a year, I said, I'm going to go to the first outing, get together. It wasn't called a trifecta at that time. It had a different name, but it was an event at out in Minnesota. And I said, I'm going to go. I'm going to get up close to these people, up front and close to these people to make sure they're real. And sure enough, the last little picture that I have of the day is I got to sit next to Ann Sieg and shake her hand. She says, Steve, you need to kill the jam business. And I said, I will, and we're going to go for it after. But I can truly say that these people are real people and they really care about you. Brian, everybody on the team is on your side to make your e-commerce business, whatever you choose to do, the strongest it can possibly be with their help and their guidance. And I'm one of them. That's part of my thing on Saturdays. They brought me in as an accountability coach, but I hate to be an accountability coach because, you're only accountable to yourself. And that's the way it comes down to. I can help urge you, but it's all up to you to make the accountability count and use it as a tool that'll help you stay on track.
Well, Stephen, you're a shiny example of that in our community. And
Thank you.
When people are with you, they know that they matter. And that's because that's the way you regard them. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I met
Mhm.
the people I've met I've been to many of the events now, and every event I've gone to, I've run into new people and I've made new friends, and I've been with old friends and stuff, but some of them go way back, and I've met some super, super giant-hearted people that are just, they're there to help you succeed. And there's nothing better to know that when you get stuck in a situation, you can reach out to a group, whether it be on the Facebook pages or they're in person, and they will truly respond to you with a quality answer and some genuine effort to help you out. And that's one of the things that keeps a lot of us going when we get bent and we get stuck in a doldrum, which is pretty easy to do if you haven't done this stuff before. You can get lost real quick. And I'm one of them. I was a general contractor for 32 years in my before I retired, and now I'm becoming an e-commerce business specialist, and it's taken some transitional momentum to do me, and I'm still working at it. And Brian's personally helping me a lot with my stuff. So I appreciate you, Brian, very much, like I appreciate everybody else out there.
I
And
like that, Stephen, an
it's
e-commerce business specialist.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of them. We're surrounded by people that are just go-getters. I mean, Candida, I mean, Stafford, Sharon Irwin, people on the team that really want to be successful themselves, and in doing so, bleed that out to other people around them. And it's an amazing way to do business. I'll tell you, there's nothing like it. And the events, you asked me what was one of the best things I've done, and this is coming to the events. The events made all the difference in the world, especially when they had the roundtable days, which roundtables means that's the day when everybody gets to sit down with the coaches on a one-to-one basis for about a half an hour and ask questions straight up. And those things. But the other big win factor of going to the events is the after hours brainstorming with the people that are around you, because that's where you make your connections with folks that have had experience and are willing to share it with you, and you listen to what they're doing, you learn from that, and you develop some friendships and some common ground that you never be thankful, you never be unthankful for.
I can see all the little hearts and the likes going up through the page right now as you say that. So,
right. Well,
yep.
it's true, folks. It's really true. Ann Sieg's the queen.
Well, come to our events. That's what I would suggest to everybody. You got to check us out. Come to our events. Meet people like Stephen Hunt. Go to joinebs.com. Joinebs.com. Make sure I got that right there. Let me double check. That's right. Joinebs.com and check out our community and what we have to offer. Thank you very much, Stephen. Really appreciate you and appreciate you taking your time here on this Thanksgiving holiday.
Well, you guys are the best, and I love all of you. So you guys have a great time. If you can make it to the events, please do. If you can't, just stay in touch. Go for it. And now that is it okay to talk about what her next added value is, Brian? Is everybody aware of it?
The next added value?
Yeah.
If we can keep it real short?
She's making it free.
Oh, that part. Yes. Yes. So that's at joinebs.com. This is our grand opening. We've never had a free membership before.
Yeah. Go to joineps.com, and Ann's going to give you a little snippet on there to explain what it's about. But she's turned everything around. Now she's made it so easy to step in the door, find out if you can chew on it. And if you can chew on it, you can grab it and get a full belly full of it right away, because she loves fast running people.
Thank you very much, Stephen. And
Thank
to
you,
all
Brian.
of you out there, take care.
Have a great rest of your week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.